Hey guys, it's Shamsa and welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe is a simple and easy restaurant inspired saag paneer, which you're gonna love. Super chunky and soft pieces of paneer in a creamy, luxurious saag masala. Before I run through the ingredients with you quickly on how to make this wonderful dish, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn your bell notifications on for all things cooking. So let's start. So the ingredients you're going to need is a small bag which weighs 160 grams in weight of fresh baby spinach, which you can just purchase from your local supermarket. I've had a look through there and I've cleaned it up and just taken out any leaves that weren't looking fresh. I've got here 226 grams, which came as a block of paneer. This is just cheese, hard cheese, and I've cubed it into equal size pieces. It gave me 15 pieces. I've got here 1/4 of a cup of oil. I'm using an olive oil blend. You can use whichever you wish. This is 60 millilitres and 4 tablespoons worth. I've got here 1/3 of a cup of double cream, which is 80 millilitres. And I've got here ingredients in a plate. I've got a small onion which weighs approximately 125 grams, which I finely sliced. A small tomato weighing 75 grams. Again, I've just roughly chopped that up. I've got here 7 to 8 fresh garlic cloves. This weighed 20 grams. And a small piece of fresh ginger which I've peeled and chopped roughly. This was about an inch size of ginger, and this weighs 10 grams. And I've also got 1 small green chilli which I've just roughly chopped up. I've got here a bowl of cold water. This is just normal tap water. I let it run and then fill the bowl up. And I've also got a jug of freshly boiled kettle water, which is just over 1 litre. And I've got the following spices. I've got 1 teaspoon of salt, regular chili powder, and I've got 1/2 teaspoon of the following: coriander powder, garam masala, zira powder, which is cumin powder. All I did was just take 1/2 teaspoon and just dry roasted it and then just blended it up into this powder. And I've got here 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric powder. So let's start cooking. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare our spinach. So I'm going to take my boiling water and just add that over my spinach. And we're going to blanch this for about 2 to 3 minutes, like that. Right, okay, so it's been around 2 to 3 minutes that the spinach has been blanching away. So I'm just going to go in with a colander here and I'm just going to remove the spinach and we're going to transfer it to the cold water, just like that. And what that cold water is going to do is that's going to preserve its colour. You don't want the spinach going sort of like dark in colour. You want it a nice sort of like vibrant green. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drain this off and just set that aside, and we're going to move on to the next stage of the recipe. Right, okay, so I've got my pan on the hob. My heat setting is currently on a 6, which is a medium heat setting for my hob. And I'm going to add around 2 to 3 tablespoons of the oil into this and reserve the rest for later. And just give that a minute or so just to heat up. Okay, so the oil is nice and hot, and then we're going to go in with our ingredients which are on the plate: the onions, tomatoes, garlic, ginger and chilies, and we're going to saute these for about 3 to 4 minutes. Right, okay, so it's been around 4 minutes I've been sauteing the onions and tomatoes, garlic, ginger and chilies, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop the lid on and I'm just going to let that cook away for 2 minutes with the lid on, and I'll see you guys back in 2 minutes time. Okay, so this has been cooking away for 2 minutes now, and the onions and the tomatoes are softening up really nicely. And what we're going to do is we're just going to close our hob, set that aside and just let that cool down for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to transfer it to a hand blender or a food processor along with the spinach, and we're going to blitz it to a paste. And once I've done that, I'll show you how it looks. Right, okay, so I've blitzed my spinach and my masala ingredients, and I added 2 tablespoons of water into this. So this is the consistency that you're looking for. And I'm just going to set this aside, and we're now going to fry the paneer. Right, okay, to fry our paneer, I've got myself a non-stick frying pan, and I'm going to go in with the remaining 1 tablespoon of oil and just give that a few minutes to heat up. My heat setting is currently on a 6, which is a medium heat setting. Okay, so now that the oil is hot, we're going to add our cubed paneer in, and we're going to fry it until it's golden brown on each side. So just keep an eye on them and just keep turning them around once they've like got a really nice golden brown colour on them. So there you can see that it's brown on both sides there, which is really nice. And all I'm going to do now is just take them out and just set them aside. So I'm going to use the same pan that we just fried our paneer in, because we've still got the oil left in there. And I'm going to add my spinach and masala puri straight in. My heat setting is currently on a 4, which is a low heat setting for my hob. And into this at the same time I'm going to go in with the double cream. I'm going to leave just a little bit, maybe around a tablespoon or just less than a tablespoon for garnishing purposes, and just mix that in, and that's going to make it really nice and creamy and luxurious. So my heat setting is still on a 4, but I'm just going to turn it up to a 6, and then I'm going to go straight in with my spices. Just stir that through. You can adjust the spices according to your own preference. Right, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to cook this, or should we say hung this now, until the oil starts to separate now and come to the surface and around the edges. I'm going to do this for around 5 to 6 minutes. I'm just going to pop the lid on, and I turn my hob setting down to a 4, which is a low to medium heat setting. So give it a stir in between and just keep an eye on it, and I'll see you guys back around 6 minutes time. Right, okay, so it's been around 5 to 6 minutes I've been cooking this, and you can see that the oil has started to separate and come around the edges. And now it's time to add our paneer in, just like that. Just give that a mix. And pop the lid on again, and just let that cook away now with the lid on for about 2 to 3 minutes, just so that paneer heats up with that saag. And I'll show you how it looks once it's done. And 2 to 3 minutes later, this is how it looks. So just look at that. The paneer is nice and soft, and that looks absolutely amazing. And I'm going to turn my hob off, and this is purely optional, you don't need to add this in, but I'm just going to throw in a couple of knobs of salted butter, and to finish it off, just a drizzle of double cream on top like that. And there we have it, guys. My simple and easy, beginner friendly saag paneer is all ready. Let me plate this up and show you guys exactly how it looks. Right, okay guys, my saag paneer is all plated up, and time to try this now and tell you guys how it is. So straight in with a piece of paneer. Ooh. Mmm. Oh wow. That is absolutely delicious. Paneer is super soft, the way it should be. The saag has so much flavour. It is garlic heavy, guys. Now if you don't like garlic, then I suggest you add half the quantity of garlic. So rather than adding 20 grams in out of 10, but it's delicious. The spices are spot on. It's so tasty. You're going to love this. Try this recipe out. Leaving you with this one. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it helpful. Now if you have, then please show your support and give it a thumbs up. I'll appreciate it, and I'll catch you soon with a new one. Till then, take care and happy eating.